But I also have to, again, see it from a different side. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Now, because I want to be seen as fair. Okay. So there are people being going to high school is going up. Not everyone, and I've had people say this before, not everyone can make college. So high school, now college might be your minimum, but to some people that's their maximum. Do you see what I'm saying? So I want also to acknowledge that. And especially also in this generation where we have the Kardashians, this is the age of social media, where, I mean, how do you then, yes, we have to keep telling the kids, and I get that, because we all three kind of are in that line where, you know, we're educated, okay. But there are people, and there was a friend of mine I was talking to, not to, because I talk to people, you know, because again, that inspires what I'm going to be talking about. And her daughter didn't go to college. She barely did. Okay. And her thing was, because I was just asking, oh, what's your daughter doing? She's like, oh, she's going to go into her own, she's going to have her own business. She's thinking of, and this wasn't even in high school. She didn't even want to finish high school because she thought it was a waste of time, you know, because she's got this gift in her, you know, she's ready to go. She wants to brand. And of course, at that time, she's already gone into Instagram, taking pictures. I mean, that's the life they live now. So my thing is, for people who, because not everyone is going to go to college. Not everyone is going to go to high school. And you find a lot of the celebrities who didn't.
Okay, but
So that is so, let's speak to that also.
So I like what you said, okay? Because so let's look at how many people are breaking out, you know, as internet, you know, like internet stars, or all of, you know, all of people who are as superstars. It's not that many. Look, but they see the goal is the same, okay? Because even I, as a parent, because I kind of know, we all know, right, what careers are successful careers, right? I try to push my kids to into those careers, and they're like, hey, mom, that's not me. Okay, that's fine. But what is your goal? What is it that you want to do? It's still the same thing. If you have a goal, and I see that you have skills in that direction, I can see that you do definitely, you know, it's something you could be successful at, right? The goal is the same. The goal is the same. It's like you are going to mentor that kid through that process, because you're not going to send the kid out at the age of 18 and say, okay, go fend for yourself. No, ma'am. No. You mentor the kid through that process. But the thing is that, what is the goal? You and the child have to be on the same page, and you understand what the goal is. If they don't want to go to college, that's fine. But the point is,
you have to be walking progressively in the same direction.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I love that. I tell you, I love it.
It's the goal. You know, we have to be working towards the same goal, because you know, as a parent, I want you to do some like professional careers. Okay, you don't want to, that's fine. But what is your goal? You tell me that goal. I have to know what the goal is, because as a parent, I'm going to mentor you towards that goal. And if I don't know how to do it, I'm going to find people who can mentor you towards that goal. That's what we need to do as parents. It's fine.
Absolutely.
You want to be an internet star, whatever it is, well, that's fine. But let's walk towards it. Let's figure out what is the process. How do we get there? How are we going to be successful? Because I'm not going to leave you alone. You know, we cannot leave a 18-year-old and say, go fend for yourself. We're not doing that. We're not. Let's commit to this being a parent. Let's get them there, you know. Let's get them to where they want to be, because guess what? When they get there, now they're better than you are. They're more successful than you are. The next generation is going to go a little bit higher. Let's push out. Let's push up those numbers a little bit. Let's set the black wealth percentage a little bit higher.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, it doesn't matter how you do it. You know, if it's by regular college degree, that's fine. But if anything else, but set it. I mean, set the goals and work towards it. That's just all that's what I think is the goal.
Yeah. I know my daughter, she's 11, and she loves to sing, right? And so you don't diffuse a child's dreams.
Yeah.
Like you said, you just help them in any way you can so that they can, grow in those areas. So we've done some special things with her for the singing part. I think it's important to develop all parts of your children. You want to help them to be their best whole self, right? Spiritually and socially, educationally. I think it's important to develop all of those parts, right? So she has had some, auditions in New York on Broadway. I was like, wow, I don't know any adults personally that got invitations for Broadway auditions. So I was like, sweetheart, just the fact that you've had this experience is more than what I can say as your mom. I've never gotten to do that. So she's had those opportunities. And I think it's so true what you say, to listen to them, what their desires are and what things they like to do, and help to grow all those parts. I think it's important to expose our children to different things and to allow them, a voice in that. We shouldn't become dictators at all. Yes, we're speaking things into you, but certainly there is room at the table for you to voice, how you feel, what you see for yourself, what you'd like to do, so yes to everything you're saying.
That is so true. Like, I remember Wendy Williams was talking about her son, who's actually, I think he's in college. Yeah, he got into college about 2 years ago, I think. And she's like, there has to be a plan. I don't care what it is. You don't want to go to college, but I need a plan.
I need a plan.
What is our plan? What is the goal? Where are we going?
Where are we going?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Like,
What are we doing? There has to be a plan. I'm not saying you have to do this. Yes, she went to Rutgers, I think. She's like, that's fine. I did. Maybe right now you're not feeling it, but what is the plan? We have to have a plan. There's no sitting at home and saying, oh, well, my mom is Wendy Williams and I'm just chilling.
Yeah.
We have to have a plan. So
Right.
that's essentially what you guys are saying. And that's
I can add to that, because I hear you when you say that some people, hey, they may not be able to afford going to college, and they may not even want to go to college. Okay, for those who say I do want to go to college, but we cannot afford it. I'm like, again, and I always remember what my dad told me. It's like it's a goal. So everything you do, somebody was saying, I think it's Denzel Washington was saying that a dream is a dream until you set goals to it. Okay. So even if it's a study, if it's like a 3 or 4 year college, if you take one course, one semester a year, even if it's one a year you take, you can afford to pay for. Like, okay, I don't have money, but you're working a job and you can afford to go to Nova and do one course a semester. It's a step towards that goal.
Absolutely.
Towards our goal. So don't let that stop you and say I can't afford college. There are other ways to go to college without paying the huge fee.
Absolutely. And if you're honing your child's skills and talents, that too can be a way, because my undergraduate degree was paid for through choral music scholarships because I love to sing and had a knack for that. So even if you're honing those, gifts and talents for your children, that too can be a way to pay for school. And maybe 4-year institutions and beyond are not, like you said, Ameze, for everyone. But, do something like a trade school, or, maybe you want to do hair, or put some systems in place so that that you will be beautifully self-sufficient. You don't ever want to be in a position where you're having to rely, on other people for your well-being. That just is not okay.
That is not okay. That is not cool. That is not funny. It's not even healthy.
Right. Certainly, though, I understand how sometimes life may happen and you're put into situations, but as best you can, let me say, prepare the ways so that you're able to take care of yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's and life happens. When life happens, sometimes you're not able to achieve. But I think the main thing is not to forget your goals. Like, so I mean, life cannot happen all the time.
Right.
There's gonna be you're gonna have some time where things are at ease and you can do one thing or the other. And I know, I mean, it's not giving up, you know, and again, it's having that one person that can, usually should be your parents, okay, because that can always remind you of what that goal was, because we forget sometimes, when trying to live life and trying to just survive and we're just trying to make ends meet, you forget that goal. But then somebody can remember and say, hey, did you ever finish that GED? Did you ever finish, okay, so what do you want to do about it?
For someone to hold you accountable.
Yeah, so and again,
someone is there to mentor you through the process.
But again, I have to say it's deliberate. Any parent that thinks they're just going to let their kids make their own way, no, it's not. It's a deliberate. You deliberately plan it. You deliberately set the goals. You set the process deliberately, because if you're thinking your child is going to be able to figure it out themselves, they are not. I mean, some kids can, but let's be honest. We are parents for a reason. Get it out of them. What is it that they want to do? How do they want to go about it? Sit down, and kids, my kids love this when I say, okay, this is where are we going? What are we planning to do? We sit down and talk to the process, and I say, okay, you can do this in 3 weeks. I'm like, Mom, no, I'm not you. I know you. You are crazy. You go crazy on everything. But no, listen, I'll do it let me do it in 3 months. I don't want to do the 3 weeks thing. But let's understand. Let's set it. Let's talk to the kids. Set it. Set the goals. Set it. Put it before them every day, and they may say it's nagging. No, it's okay. You're supposed to nag. You're the mom. That's your job. Get them through that step. Get them through that process of being successful. And that's what we're there for as parents. So we can all be, but we can get out of where we are right now, move a little bit upward.
Yeah, that's really important, because I think we're doing better than our parents. We want our kids to do so much better than us. And they in turn are and that's, like you said, Anita, is how we can progressively move, especially us as a Black people, towards that goal. We really have to seriously talk to our kids and help to mentor them to be better.
Get their buy-in. If they get buy-in into the process, they will own it.
Yeah. That's very important. That's very important. It's not enough, and it's true. There are many parents out there who just let go, leave their kids to figure it out. No, they still need nurturing. They still need, again, it's mentoring them through that process until, they're fine enough. And they usually are grateful. I mean, we see our athletes. A lot of times, those parents that are standing by them enjoy the largest of their success, So I get that. So, but what are the challenges we go through, though? What are the challenges in these times that we go through that is fighting that deliberate talk, talking to them and mentoring them? What are some of the challenges we go through? Because we're not the only ones talking.
Yeah, you said social media friends, but that's why you have to be the dominant voice. Like, they're gonna hear all kinds of voices, but there's always a dominant voice in their life. And as parents, we want to be the dominant voice, because I mean, I know that, as a parent, you want the best for your child. The other voices out there, I don't know what they want, like, I don't know what they're trying to do to my child. But as parents, because we know our children, we get back to them, we've raised them up to that point. You should be the dominant voice in the life. I remember my son is gonna kill me for saying this, but when he went to college, he was I was asking for, I want to be able to see your grades, because we've been doing that through high school. I see where you're needing help, but let's figure out how to make this better. Let's figure out what we need to do. And he's like, oh no, Mom, I'm 18 years old now, so I don't have to show you my grades.
To a Black mom.
I'm sorry. Oh, I
took the wig off. Like, excuse you?
Oh no, I was like, no, it's very easy. I'm like, okay. Oh, so who's paying your school fees? Who's giving you pocket money? Like, you are. I'm like, okay. You want to keep me?
There you go. Hey, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Yeah.
So you were very calm. Like, so who's paying your school fees? You are. Mom. Oh, who's giving you pocket money?
Like,
You are.
I'm
You
like,
want password now?
Right.
that's what now because we're not playing that game. Okay, so because because no, honestly, because I didn't because it's come on, it's 18 years old. I mean, I know we think 18 years old, kids are old and they're adults, they're not
They
adults.
don't know anything. I
They
mean,
don't know anything,
18.
because I want to know, because why? Because I want to be able to know and see, okay, hey, I see you're having some struggle here. Is there something we can do? Is there anything that maybe you're taking too many credits this year? Maybe let's not do that next year. Okay, do you know? Let's talk to see, and even though he's like, oh mom, I can handle it, but the process of talking through the solution and trying to figure out what will help, it helps. I mean, kids, you don't want to leave them on their own at that age. 18 is still young. I mean, he's 17 and something, and a few months old, going to college on his own, he's far away from home. You need to talk them through the process. You can't just leave them alone. So we can, we have to be there. Like don't leave them to their own devices. Please don't. Be there.
Yeah,
figure out what's going on with them, what they're doing, and how you can help. And be that dominant voice always. Be dominant.
because the thing now is, I was like, yeah, what do you think about the many background noise, with raising kids? This background noise always going to be there. Always. That was, I mean, you see Kim, she had pictures of her boobs and she makes $100 million or whatever the heck she makes. But I mean, yeah, how do you, and especially, well, both men and women. It doesn't matter if you have a son or a daughter, because they all still, it affects them differently, but it still gets affected. What are the challenges that, raising a child at this time? So what are those challenges you think parents go through?
Well, I know one thing, and I think I remember us kind of touching on this in a conversation before, the importance of needing to build our children up. You know what I mean? Speaking to all of them and reassuring them at all points about how wonderful they are and how intelligent they are, how beautiful they are, how they have gifts for the world. You don't want a child to feel like, okay, and I only have a girl. I don't want her to feel like, okay, the only way that I can get attention and validation is if I wear certain clothes, or maybe if I show, myself in this light. No, sweetheart, you don't have to do all that, because you are brilliant and you are fabulous and beautiful and intelligent. We need to make sure we're speaking into them so that they are not leaving us functioning in a state of deficiency. We need to build them up strong so that they know, I don't have to resort to those shenanigans. I'm fabulous just like this. I don't have to, play down, you know what I mean? Or have other people to, have other people to validate me or make me feel valuable. I already feel that way. And I think it's really important too, to help them develop their spiritual selves, to know that at points you're going to have people that are going to disappoint you. Some people are going to try to break you, men and women. And you need to know that at the end of the day, you have Father God who will help you in those moments of weakness, and that will never be taken away from you. He's always there with you. So we need to make sure we're developing the spiritual self, and speaking to all of their greatness, just letting them know that, baby girl, when you walk in the room, mama's eyes light up, just make them feel fabulous. I think that's so important. I know Kennedy wears a natural hairstyle. It's a short fro, and it's curly, little curly fro. And at points, because she goes to school in an area where it's majority white children, she was like, well, Mommy, I want my hair, like that. And, every now and again, when she needs her ends clipped, we'll get it flat ironed and she'll wear it straight. But I need her to know that she's beautiful, whether her hair is in a natural fro or if it's braided or corn rolled or straight. Like, baby girl, look at you. You got all these options, honey. You gonna share all your black girl magic with this world.
Yes.
And, so I just love that. So now she embraces her little curly fro. She'll put a bow in there sometime, or she'll, you know, like, yes, we wear scarves, and you
Right.
know, I play it up the same way. I
Yeah.
want her to see, because my hair is natural too, and sometimes I'll wear mine just, you know, in a curly fro state, and we'll wear our pretty scarves, and
Mhm.
you know, we got to model that for them too, that you know,
Yep.
you've got much to give the world, so we need to speak into them about all of their strengths too, so that they're not looking at what they see on Instagram and thinking, okay, this is what I have to do.
That's the
No,
only
you don't.
way to be. Yeah. Mhm. That is
Everything you say is right, and it's true. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to go, but just to go back to what my son, the reason, because you see, this is what they do at school, you know, because the reason my son knew he didn't have to give me his passport was because they told him, because the school counselor told him, hey, your mom, you don't have to give your mom the password to see your account, because you're 18 years old now. So in order for her to see your account, you have to sign something. So he felt, oh yeah, so I have to. So you got my point is that people are going to say things to your children outside. They're going to tell them what their rights are, you know, and what they can do now that they're 18 years old. And then it's again, it's like you said, always making sure you encourage them, you know, make sure that they know who they are, you know, that they know that they can do it, that they have the ability, and
that they're kings and
yeah,
queens.
queens, yeah, and
Yes,
really,
yes.
you know, that's important to always, you know, make sure that they know who they are. And once, and kids who know who they are, they stand boldly. I'm telling you, when they talk, you can tell. Like nothing, like no, nothing, no, I'm fine. My hair's good. I know, you know, I don't want to. They know. So we have to build them up like that. And I love what you're doing with your daughter. You know, like
Oh,
Mm,
Janae, I can just imagine.
I can
mm.
imagine. I mean, look.
Even
I mean, I
Leisha.
do that hat, so I can imagine
Oh,
what you're doing with your daughter's
thank
hair.
Even
you.
delicious. But that's
Mm,
very well spoken, ladies. It's so true. We need to speak into our kids. We need to, and as mothers, as Christian women, Christian mothers, it's important, you know. Well, you know, again, some people might watch this and say, well, it's only Christian mothers. Whatever it is you believe in, you
Yeah.
got to, you know, affirm them. You know, you got to let them know that they're kings and they're queens, and they don't
mhm,
owe anybody anything. You know,
mhm,
the only thing they owe anyone is just to be fabulous.
mhm.
It be
Yes.
Just be fabulous. That's it. There's only one you, and that's the truth. There's only one you, and be fabulous. So
Mhm.
anything
And be
after that
successful.
is
Yes.
more production.
Be successful.
There you go.
Well, yeah, being fabulous is being so, you know, because again, that's all part of the being successful, you know, because it all that builds confidence. Like you said, whatever it is they want to do, we're going to mentor them through that process.
Mhm.
You know, there's a goal, then we work together to get to that goal. And then at that point, your job is done. As in, like, okay, now mama is proud. You know, I was there and you know, and they in turn also appreciate that. They do. They do. And whoever plays mom or dad in their lives, you know, because again, depends on the situation or the circumstances. But, you know, you have that male or female role model that is there to mentor you to your goal. They never forget. They never do. Like I said, look at the athletes. You know, people always like, oh, the first thing they do is they turn to mom or they turn to, you know, their parents, is buy them a house. Because I've had someone say, I'm like, because they were there. Do you know the sweat, the days, the long days? It didn't happen
Right.
one day. I
Right.
love to watch what do you call those times when they're, oh my God, I can't believe the word just um escaped just now. You know, when they're recruiting them, there's
Oh, the draft.
the
The end of the
draft.
draft.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
I
I
love that
love
too.
it.
Yeah.
It's like I'm a part of them. They're waiting for the call, and when it comes,
Mhm.
it's that village. The
Mhm.
village that raised them is there. You find those big boys and girls or what, you know, but you still see their kids that still love their village around them. They want to,
Yeah.
it's such a lovely thing. So
Yeah.
I love that. I always
Yeah.
celebrate with them. Sometimes I'm crying because it's
Mhm.
like, I know how it is. You know, I know I've seen it, you know, I've been around parents who, you know, it started from when they were yay high, you know,
Mhm.
So of course, those kids, they remember and they recognize who was there,
Mhm.
who they usually do, and I always love to celebrate that with them. So
Yeah.
before we go, I just want to quickly answer a question. I'm going to throw a question that I got from, oh, my phone is always shutting off. From one of my, I was going to say students, from my email. And I want to say something related to what we're doing right now. On a lighter side, okay. Some questions I see, I don't even know. So what this person is asking and is related to something we had done in the past. So I'm just speaking that. We don't have to, we might revisit it at a different time because I actually would like to talk about it because I have talked about it, but I don't think Janae has been there with us, but I think Anita has. But have talked about it myself. So one of the emails is, does dressing, it's actually twofold. Does dressing, the way you dress, does that make a woman? What is, okay, what makes a woman sexy? Is it what she wears or is what she doesn't? I don't know, something. Let me try and read it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So
Yeah.
does dressing make a woman? I'm just, again, I'm paraphrasing. You know what I mean? Because it's actually twofold. Because she was asking, I think is it, I don't know, the name is it, it's AJ. I don't know what AJ means. But because I had talked about an experience of mine, which I have shared, but maybe I'll send it to you guys. We're going to talk about this, at a later date. And she was saying, does your clothing get you, like, does it matter what you wear when if you get attacked? So that's the sexual assault thing. Okay. Then the second part of the question is, does dressing make a woman? What does that mean? Does the way you dress make you? Do you see what I'm saying? No, no. Or should I pick another question?
Does the way that you dress make
Yeah.
you?
What makes a woman beautiful? Is it the way she dress? So I guess the thing is beauty inside or outside? Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
I guess that's what it is. Yes, because I can see Anita is like, huh.
No,
So
I mean, because I was just trying to, I understand the question was a little bit
yeah.
more, and I was just trying to make sure you finish it.
to,
And
to paraphrase it, because she's talking about women now more and more, what this person is saying, let me paraphrase it. Again, she was referring to a video I did. And I talked about sexual assault and my own experience. Okay. So she's saying again that a lot of times women are told things happen to them because of the way they dressed. And then so it's twofold. So she's now asking also, what is a beautiful woman? Is beauty within or outside? Does your dressing, because more and more these days women have more scantily dressed, sexually enhanced, and what have you. So what is beauty? Is it what you add on or without?
it's actually both, because look, you can find a woman who is beautifully dressed and looking gorgeous and all of that, and then look, she has the worst character. I mean, somebody that you cannot, somebody you cannot live with, like, rude and has no manners, and it's just, come on, it's inside out. It's both. Look, we are women. We like to dress up. Like, we're women. You want to look nice. I don't think I've seen a woman who wakes up in the morning and say, "Oh, I don't want to comb my hair. I'm just going to go out looking like a mad person." No. No, you take the effort to comb your hair and to make it look nice, and you put some lotion on, you do something, to yourself. So that just, we have to take care of this body anyhow, right?
Mhm. If I'm going to rephrase that, I think another way of putting it is, do clothes make you? Does that make
Do
more sense?
clothes make
Make
you?
you, yeah.
Mhm.
So do clothes make you? So you're saying it's both. Um,
I mean,
yeah.
honestly, look, when you dress nicely, people admire you. I mean, even if when there's sometimes I'm not well dressed, I don't want to go anywhere, because I just feel kind of self-conscious because I know I'm not dressed appropriately for that event or for that occasion. So it's both. We want to look nice. So you're going to make the effort, take the time to dress nicely and look nice for whatever occasion, wherever you're going. Um, but at the same time, it does not all makes a person. It's also what's inside. I mean, you have this person who looks really nice, and then you're like, oh my God, such a beautiful girl, and then you go talk to her, and then she's like cussing, out of every corner of her mouth, like, and you've done nothing, like, what's your problem? It's both. It's both inside and out. The beauty is not just the clothes you wear. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, look, some people like to dress sexually, and that's just who they are. It doesn't mean that. I mean, look, we may call it sexual, but that's just the way they like to dress. People like to wear short dresses. I'm not saying it's, but I don't know why, but that's what they like. I mean, I personally would not wear something that's that short, but if it makes them feel good and they're not, they're covering everything, maybe body hugging, they're covering everything, and they look they look decent. I mean, it's okay. It's just I don't think we should judge people by the clothes that they wear. We shouldn't, because we all feel, differently about clothes. I know, and you remember in those days, right, when like as Christians, I mean, there's some sects, there's some Christian sects in Nigeria, sects like SECTS, right?
Yes.
That don't wear you can wear pants. You can wear like pants, so they don't wear pants. They don't wear jeans. So that's not it. It's just it's whatever makes you comfortable. If they feel that they have to be a little bit short, body hugging, well, that's the way they feel. You may not like it, but that's the way they want to dress. It's up to them. But that doesn't define who they are.
I think a truly beautiful woman can have on a t-shirt and some pajama pants. If you are a beautiful woman, then you're just that. And I'm one who feels that beauty is in, and it comes out through your pores. It's how are you on the inside? How are you cut from the inside? Beauty is as beauty does, and I just feel, yeah, that's something that's internal and then comes out externally. Now, granted, I'm not trying to say that you can't look upon somebody and be like, wow, that outfit is bad, and look how she's got that hat tilted mean to the side.
Yeah, I know, right?
We can admire that, and that's great to look upon. But if we're talking about, in my opinion, true beauty, that where you just look at somebody and they're radiating, I think that is a person who, that comes from the inward out, right? Because anybody can put on a bad outfit, but I mean, true beauty that is cultivated from the inside.
Nice. Okay, that's nice. I agree. I agree with the two of you. It's yeah, it's beauty from within to the outside, and also we wear clothes to boost our confidence. They're times
Yes.
like, hey, you know what? I want to dress powerful today. I want to show my cleavage. So, I get it. That's true. That's true. Ladies, it's always nice talking to you guys. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on. Alas, we cannot do so because it's not possible to keep talking on and on and on and on. But before we leave, we always do last word. What's going on?
Yeah, I was calling like the last.
Yeah. So I'm going to be asking again as usual. I asked for last word. What's your last word, Anita, before we leave?
Yeah, my last word. I'm just gonna say, because of what we're going through right now, COVID and things, I think it kind of makes you like really grateful, because a lot of people have died, and I know we don't like to talk about that, but people have really died. People who had, through no fault of their own, who were just in situations that they didn't even know they were going to get infected. So we really need to pause and say, thank you, Lord. Because we are here, we are still talking. We didn't do anything different from most of those people.
Thank you.
And so we should learn to be grateful and just to thank God for every day that we wake up, and just to thank God for who we are and what we are. And he's our God, and he's the reason that we are alive, and just be grateful for that.
Lovely, sister. That's a good one. Yes.
Well, I don't want to go after you.
You always have something nice to
But
say.
you know,
Say something. Mm,
I think it would be best suited if I just co-sign what you've said.
mm,
Because I too feel that very deeply, especially again as many teachers, self included, are getting ready to go back to school.
mm.
This is just something that we need to really keep in mind, all of us. And so I think my heart right now too is with all of the families whose kids are going back face to face, and teachers like myself who will have to teach face to face, and trying to still keep all of these safety safety rules in place, and be okay. But certainly we need to remember that this is serious, and pray for everybody. There's such an uncertain time.
Well,
Totally agree.
we're praying for you guys every day, the frontliners, like going back to work, the teachers, the students. Please, we're praying for you guys.
Right,
Thank
right,
you. Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
And ladies, of course, I'm gonna co-sign on that,
Mhm.
We just need to be grateful. Every day is a gift, and to make sure, now listen, to make sure that when you're in a relationship, now y'all gotta listen now. I'm gonna speak very slowly. Like my sister Janae said, you gotta make sure that you're walking progressively in the same direction. Okay? All right, ladies. Love you guys.
Love you too.
I want the hearts. Look, keep all these clothes, please. Keep them for me, okay? They're
Hey,
mine.
I'll save it for you when we all get together.
Yes, you will, please.
All right, guys.
Hey, only if you promise to wear it mean to the
I
side.
know. Yes, I will. I will.
All right, let's raise our glasses now. All right.
Yes.
All right, cheers.